Welcome to the Stuff and Junk Show, where we share our opinions on random subjects from interesting news, social topics, pop culture, our likes and dislikes, things you've seen, heard, or read, what we did, and what we do. You know, stuff and junk. Hello, my name is Albert.
My name is Ruthy.
And this is Jiaming.
This is Anna.
Jiaming, go.
Oh, yeah. So my 5-minute bit will be about sort of like group chats, etiquette in a group chat and stuff like that, and also like dynamics between dudes and stuff like that. Because right now I am for the last 2 years, I'm in a fantasy basketball group chat just to kind of lay the groundwork a little bit. Do you guys know what fantasy basketball is?
Yes.
Okay. 12 people. You guys pick different players from the NBA and stuff like that, and whatever stats they get, you get. You know what I mean? And if you're in a league, what do you call it? You add players, you drop players, blah blah blah, and whoever has the most points based on different categories, you win, right? So my whole thing is like, hey, it's a 12-person league. My friend Brian, who I've known for 15, 20 years, he's the one who brought me in, right? Everybody else in this fantasy group, I have no idea who they are. I have no idea who these people are, but I just know they're local. I know they like fantasy basketball, blah blah blah. But so over the course of the last 2 years, and especially this year, they just chat. Number one, they chat a lot, man. They just it's an 82-game season, but they just chat every day. Like every game, every day is like the end of the world and stuff like that. So it's just a constant chat. So for the most part, I actually just put it on mute and stuff like that. And even if they at me or they talk to me, I kind of ignore it. Unless it's actually involves league business, like you have to decide on trades, veto, the settings of the league and stuff like that. I, for the most part, ignore it, right? But recently, what happened was I have a player called Victor Wembanyama, a great, young NBA player, great stats. He's great. He's one of the top 3 players in the league. The thing is, 3 weeks ago, what do you call it? His season ended early and stuff because he had blood clots and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of a serious thing. You know, he has blood clots that it could affect him the rest of his career and stuff like that. So I lost him for a season. That very much means my season's done. But then these people would just at me and say, "Oh, aren't you glad you didn't? Aren't you glad you? Aren't you? Not." They say it's trolling or ribbing and stuff like that, but they're like, "Hey, don't you wish you would have traded Wimby? Don't you wish you would have did that? Blah blah blah." They keep at me and talking to me as if I really gave that much a rat's ass. So my question is, I send you some screen caps of the chat and stuff like that. So my whole thing is like, because this one person keeps he keeps talking to me like as if I knew him, stuff like that, trolling, talking, saying stuff and stuff like that. They keep talking like it's as if I knew the guy, or I really care about what these people think and stuff like that. You know what I mean? My whole thing is I just don't talk. I just don't say anything. I just play the game. If there's any kind of league business, like I said, I'll get involved and I'll talk. But for the most part, I just don't say anything. I don't really care about these people that much. Do you guys think that's the right approach? Because to me, when I read these, it just sounds thirsty and just like, I'm in their head rent free and all this stuff. It just seems, I don't know. Do you think this is the right approach, or do you think I should engage in stuff?
I mean, that's the beauty of group chats, right? Like when you're available, you chime in. When you can't, the conversation is there for you to catch up with, or just move on to the next conversation.
Are these people your friends, or
that's what I was going to get to? In response to Albert, in response to Ruthy, I only know one of the guys. I only know one of the person. Like I said, the person that brought me in.
More so then. You don't really have to engage every single time. And especially if there's more than 3 people, like everybody else can have their own conversation. Like I literally sometimes come back to my phone in some of the group chats I'm in with like 200 messages. And I'm like, yeah, you guys just give me the summary. I'm not reading through all of that.
The other thing I want to ask you about group chats is like, of the group chats you're in, how many of the people in those group chats do you actually kind of know and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Because like I said, in this group of 11, because I'm 12, I only know one, so 10 are complete strangers.
That's a huge group chat, yeah.
The only ones that I participate in are the ones where all of them are my friends. If I'm in a group chat where a good chunk of them are not my friends, I don't bother participating.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Here's my theory. I think they have another group chat where it's like, why is Jiaming not talking to us?
No. They say that directly in this group chat.
I know, but I feel like they have another like, let's get Jiaming to talk to us.
Yeah,
it must really bother. I'm sorry. It must really drive up the wall that you're not talking, and I love that.
That's what I'm hoping for. I thought I'm hoping it's all like thirsty mind stuff in their head. Like you know what I mean?
It is. You live free. You do.
Like I said, I've been in this group chat for like 2 years, but in the last year, there's this conspiracy theory where what do you call it? Brian, the friend that brought me into the group chat, is like managing my team and managing the group chat for me. You know what I mean? And they keep making this joke over and over again. And as somebody who has a bit of a sense of humor, I like that they're just beating this dead horse that's not funny, that's not interesting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's my thought process in all this and stuff like that. Like I said, just like I don't like, especially dudes. Like I don't. I just want this comment mostly towards Albert. Like I don't feel the need to talk to a bunch of dudes that often.
Sausage
you know what I mean?
fest.
I don't.
Guy
Really?
chats are the same as girl chats. Group chats.
Yeah.
They're always
Yeah.
someone catty.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it's really more of a case where it's just a bunch of dudes jumping. I think it is a lot of the case where they're not all your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels kind of weird, like poking fun of somebody or ribbing somebody when
That you
there are
don't even really know.
strangers all over the place. You know?
I mean, the context of when I say it's just a bunch of dudes, is just, I don't want to make other dude friends at this point. You know what I mean? I'm 48. I'm good with the number of friends I have that are dudes and stuff in general. Friends, like I don't. Okay, guys, you guys. And also fantasy basketball, I love. I really love it. I find it very interesting. I don't want to think about like 24 hours a day. Like I want to. If this was a group chat of a bunch of dudes and talk about TV shows and movies or anime or anything like that, it's like, hey, I'm on it. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? I started watching Dragon Ball Daimo this last weekend. Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? But this, like,
Yeah, that's kind of lame of them to like make fun of and kind of expect everybody to chime in. Like they just sound like a bunch of douchebags, most of them.
Mhm.
Not saying all of them, because not all men, right? But I feel like
they're kind of douchey. They're kind of douchey.
Well, there you go then. Then.
Just last week, somebody threw out the F word, and then a couple of them have kind of mentioned that Andrew Tate has been released to come back to the U.S. I think they're joking, like LOL, but I can't tell if they're joking as far as like they kind of like him or the
fact that they even mentioned him.
Yeah, it's like red flags, right?
Yeah, very much a red flag. But what I was saying is, I feel like that should be like the safety, like a group chat should be like a safe space for everybody that's in there to whether chime in or not. It's kind of like a posting board where you just like, but you have a conversation for everybody to see. You can chime in whenever, you can send whatever. Like it's supposed to be a safe space. It's not supposed to be something that you're forced to participate in. Just because like everybody's engaged.
It's not like every day and stuff like that, but just every few days or so, if something happens to my team, you know what I mean? Like I said, Wemby went down, so my name came up at the time. Like whenever my players go down, or I make a bet. Another thing, like I said, the one guy seemed to kind of focus on is like he mentioned, like I dropped a player and he picked him up, and since then he's played very well. And the player I dropped was like this happened like the beginning of the season, like 4 months ago and stuff like that. It's like I don't know why he keeps bringing it up and. Because dropping added players, mistakes based on those happens all the time. So I'm like, I don't know why. It's like, all right, okay.
They seem like they just act like regular, like typical bros.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the bro energy.
That's bro behavior.
I don't like bro energy and stuff. Like I said, they used the F word the other day. The other day, I was like, I don't know about this, man. This is not cool, man. Yeah. A couple of them are cool. Like my friend is fine and stuff like that. A couple of them are kind of like when something bad. If something shitty happens, they'll check it, we'll put them down. So but the thing is, like I said, in general, I don't need that energy. I don't need to participate. The worst thing is, it's like they chat so much, and because I have a watch, I get notifications on my watch. So I'm watching a movie or TV show, it gets super annoying. I have to mute the damn thing, you know. So anyway, that's my bit.
No, I agree. I mean, like the closest thing that we have in terms of like a draft or whatever is the summer movie draft, and whenever we post updates about it, we don't do it in a mean way. If somebody's losing, you know, we just kind of like discuss how it is, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
civilized.
I think that's kind of like I said, basketball is fun, but it's a 6 month grind. You know what I mean? I don't need to talk about every day. Summer movie draft it's basically every Monday, and there's one draft. It's like every Monday we get updates. That's fun. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about basketball that often. In this context of fantasy basketball, I like basketball. I like watch basketball. I like the Lakers now, but still, it's like I don't know, too much blah blah blah, man. Anyway, that's my bit.
All right. moving on. Anna?
I'll talk about. Okay, so over this weekend I posted a little rant on Instagram. So I don't know if anybody saw it, but it all started with Meghan Markle's new
Oh,
Netflix.
I saw
Oh,
it. I saw
well,
it.
You saw it?
you watched it?
I'm pro Meghan Markle, so yes.
I didn't know the context, so I just saw it. And like, okay, I don't know what that's
Well,
about.
because obviously everyone hates her, and everybody was hate watching it, and because they hate watched it, and I got picked up for a second season.
When,
so
when
I'm
you
like,
say that everybody hates her, are you saying both sides hate her or just the one side?
no, like everyone, like,
Really?
oh my god, there are so many subreddit like threads about like posting all the negative reviews, and everybody was like cheering on these negative reviews. It's so bad. It's like, oh my god, like how, like I'm not gonna be like she's the greatest person in the world, but I'm also like, how is it that this woman instills so much hatred when we have bigger problems to worry
Back
about?
up a little bit. What's her show? What we're talking about?
Her show is so she has a show on Netflix. It's a lifestyle show. It's like about cooking and like lifestyle. Like basically, like she had a lifestyle website a long time ago that she had to shut down when she started dating Prince Harry. So it's basically that. Like it's just giving tips and you know, it's kind of like escapism for me. Like, oh, it's like a nice lighthearted like thing. Like, oh, now I want to like when I host, I want to do these things because I want to like have like a really warm environment in my house. So it's a very light show. But because it's Meghan Markle, it's like she's doing everything wrong. How dare she? She's this worst woman in the world, all this stuff. So it's just been the hate's been so strong the last week. And again, I'm not going to say she's perfect. I'm not going to say anyone in the royal family is perfect, but I'm also not going to be on the end of like this woman like is terrible and she's a hateful B word, you know, and that's how bad it was all week. I'm not gonna hate on anyone for moving up in the world, like all to you, because I want to move up in the world too. And also the royal family's protecting Prince Andrew, and that's a whole nother story. Anyways, so everyone's like, I was like, oh, I thought that didn't they say they want privacy? So I was like, okay, this is it. I'm done. I'm so tired of everyone saying this thing. So I, posted a thing like saying like, look, just to let you guys know, like they never said they wanted privacy. That was something completely made up in the media, all this stuff. And anyway, so then someone commented about it. And this is someone that I'm friends with, and they live in Los Angeles, and they were kind of explaining to me like, hey, I knew Meghan when she was younger in high school, and she's always said that she was going to marry rich. And I'm like, you know what, good for her, because I always say I'm going to marry rich. And so he's like, well,
I mean, that's positive, right? She nailed it.
I'm like, yeah, nailed it.
She nailed it, and then
some. I know. I'm like, even
how can you hate on that?
That's I know. I was like,
you set golden
that's exactly why. Because like there's this whole idea that you should marry for love and not. And I mean, she was lucky she found both, and I think that's why most people are hating on her, because they just everybody's jealous of her basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like this jealousy, like deep hatred of jealousy. So I was like, good for her. She manifested. It's like, no, it's not that. It's creepy. Like it's creepy. And at least I'm glad she like married. Like she got married and she fell in love and she got what she wanted. I was like, look, I'm not gonna hate on someone for putting out their ambitions in the world and getting them. And
anybody says that money's not important it's just hypocrite. It's just dumb. Yeah. Everybody marries for money to a certain respect. You know what I mean? Ability to make love, investing in someone who you think will make money, who will help you make money. That's just it's like don't be hypocrites in something. Yeah.
So I said love doesn't pay the bills, and he said then stay single and pay your own bills. And I was like, bro, what do you think I'm doing? This is why. I was like, you can't hurt me by saying that, because me being single is not a slight to me. It's not the end of the world. I'm single for a reason now, because I know what I want, and I'm not gonna settle. And so
preach, girl.
Yeah. And
I love that you were echoing while you were saying that too.
Oh yeah, everybody hear me. No, but it just kind of really made me mad at that point, because I'm like, if you're trying to hurt my feelings, you're not, because I am single and I'm proud of it, and I'm proud that I can sustain my lifestyle. I can pay my bills, I can pay my mortgage, blah blah. So we kind of went off on that, and by this time he's messaging me, and I'm already at brunch, so I'm already getting drunk because it's bottomless mimosas. And so then he keeps going on about like he's making it about, well, this is causing men. He's like, this is driving up suicide rates in men because we have to be providers and all this stuff.
Haven't men been providers since the beginning of the dawn of this this hyper masculine society that we still live in?
There was there was so much I wanted to say, but I was already 3 champagnes in. So I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, I'm being an a-hole. I'm not stopping this a-hole track. I'm just gonna send gifs of me of shrugs, like just shrug. Every point he said, like, oh, this is bad for men. This is like put so much pressure on us. Shrug, shrug, shrug. And then he was like, you know what? Have a good day because I lost friends, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I have too. Bye. Have a great day. And he's like, wow, like you must, well, it seems like that's how you handle things. I was like, what? By wanting a guy who provides? Like, seriously, like you're making this something about you when it isn't, you know? So it was just this whole story. I was really drunk yesterday. Because after that we went to a wine bar and all that stuff, and Ruthy told me, what? You're not choosing the right wines. I'm like, I know. but it all started over a Meghan Markle post. Like my ranting about like why, all that stuff.
As we're talking, I'm flipping through these episodes. I think half of them include Asian people. So I'm all for the show, man.
The first episode was her friend, like who was like her stylist. So it wasn't even anyone famous. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm just like she's bringing in people.
Roy Troy is here. Minnie Kaling.
Oh my god, that was such a good episode because they were talking about like growing up in LA and all these things, and I'm like, dude, she can't fake that. Like she grew up in the like areas. Like yeah, obviously she went to like a nice school and whatnot, but like I'm like she knows LA, like the not the fancy things. She knows like the street LA kind of.
There's
thing.
another Asian lady here. I don't know who she is, but she's making dumplings with her and stuff, and that seems sweet and stuff.
It's just good. And so I really love the Roy Troy one. That one was such a good episode. And then like the Mindy one, yeah, like okay, fine. Like it's not going to be perfect. She's going to come off like abrasive at some points, and she like corrected her on the last name, whatever. I think that was her. It was edited or whatever. Like whatever. It's not perfect. And
I feel like that was meant to be like a kind of like a joke, not a snarky remark.
Yeah,
kind of like I still call my friends by their maiden names and not by their married names, and they'll be like, no, this is my new last name. No, this is what the baby's name is gonna be, not my name. And I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah,
that's right. I forgot.
Right, but obviously it's not gonna be perfect, and I never said she's perfect. I'm just like, let's put facts to facts. Like this woman, like cannot do anything right. Like she literally cannot wake up.
I don't think people should care that much about Meghan Markle.
I know,
she's fine.
But they do.
She's completely innocuous to our daily lives and so that. So like, who cares? And the most important thing about her is that she provides misery to the royal family in England. That's very important. I think that's her most important contribution to the society and stuff like that. Anything that makes those people miserable is A+ in my books.
Whole nother thing. Yeah. So that's my story of what happened with my Meghan Markle story yesterday. I had to take it down.
It sounds like a shitty friend. So who texting?
I think I just had to do that, like just to like point out, no, I'm not gonna. There's just there's a lot more there that I can't speak about here, but I just like I had to shut it down. And
he owes you money, is what you're saying. He's a degenerate gambler. I get it.
No,
I can read between.
But no, he doesn't. But it all started with this post, and I had to take it down because I just like, you know what, I don't want this to like reflect bad on anyone, and I regret putting it down. But then I also want a contest, like.
Yeah, what was the contest? Never mind all that stuff you said before. What was this contest I think you win? Because you did some abbreviations and some acronyms. I have no idea.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Okay, so like festival.
It's like Albert saying Birkin or Burka or whatever. I was like, I don't know this means.
So I went to a music festival last weekend in San Diego called Cross, which is like an electronic techno music festival.
There you go. That's the explanation. Okay.
So then I made my post on Monday about Cross, like this is my pictures, whatnot. And
wait, time out. Is this an actual music festival, or is it one of the things where people go to drop E? What is it?
How about both?
Okay, there you go. Look at that. What a party.
Yeah, it's a party. It's a rave.
Yeah.
So I used all the hashtags that I saw promoted, and
Oh wait, you actually won one of those?
yes,
They
yes,
gave you the hashtag and you actually did it?
yeah. They're like, you won the photo contest using this
How about
hashtag,
that?
and I was like, oh my god, what? And so
I thought they were all
they're like,
scams.
yeah, they're like, congratulations, like you got. So I got tickets, weekend
Here,
passes
here's some
for.
ecstasy. What?
I know, yeah. Here's some ecstasy. No, I got weekend passes to Cross Fall 2025
Oh, okay.
for free.
So,
So I'm like, oh my
yeah,
god.
so the next event they have, you got free
Yeah,
tickets.
I get in
That's
for
pretty cool.
free. Yeah,
why
that's
not?
really cool. I was like, oh my god, like I never win anything. And like I immediately like texted my friend and I was like, dude, I can't believe this. Like it just came out of nowhere. And
That is very cool, actually. Yeah.
yeah, I was like pretty cool. I was like, yeah. So after that, I got shared on their San Diego page and all that. So I was like, okay, I'd take this off because I'm getting too many people, like new people coming in, and it was bad timing and all that. So I removed it, keep things clean. So yeah, that's my story.
All right. Ruthy?
Yeah, I kind of made the mistake of watching Confessions of a Shopaholic
Oh my god, I
earlier.
had so many strong feelings about that movie, but carry on. Sorry.
I didn't know what to expect because I realized that I saw a clip of it, like a small like reel, and I was like, "Oh, I've never seen that movie. Let me just see where it is." And it was on Hulu, so I had nothing to do today, and I was just home. So I was like, I have nothing else to watch. I pretty much I finished School Spirits, I finished Dexter, I finished Yellow Jackets. So like, there's not really like I watched Severance, so like there wasn't really anything to watch today. So I was like, let me just watch this since I haven't seen it. And oh my gosh, cringe. Because it is definitely a movie that did not age well. I mean, I don't care about giving spoilers because I do not recommend watching this movie because, well, for one,
Don't
the
want
wardrobe, it I don't even know where to start. It Some of it was cute, some of it was like, no wonder Gen Z thinks that we're so cringe in the 2010s because like some of the necklaces that she was wearing, I was just like, oh my god, like what were we thinking back then, thinking that that was actually cute, or like the combination of colors or patterns. It's like, wow, sometimes it works, sometimes it really just doesn't. And it's really just all in your mind. And then the whole bit where a debt collector is chasing her all around New York, and chasing her at home, like who does that? A creditor is not going to be that serious. They're going to ding your credit and that's it. Like what the debt collector was doing was harassment and actually illegal. So like everything that was portrayed in the movie, I was just like, this is so cringe because like there's no way in real life that this actually happens. Even like in the 2000s, nobody chases you and knocks down your door just to chase a debt, just to chase a credit card debt. Anyway, Anna, what was your that's just like I have to take a breath because like I'm not gonna stop talking for the next 15 minutes if I just keep going about this movie.
I have so many
bad.
I'm so mad because this book series is one of my favorite book series.
I heard the book was so much better.
Oh
and
my
just
god, it's so good.
Ruined the movie.
Like Luke Brandon is like the ultimate fictional book boyfriend, and they ruined it in this movie.
He was supposed to be like a Christian, like a Christian Grey version, right? Like a nicer.
Yeah, he's like a super uber rich, like PR guru who.
And
like,
she was supposed to be British. It was supposed to be, yeah.
And that's what, and like the debt collector thing, like that's not even how, like. Like they literally destroyed the essence of these books, and they made this terrible movie, and I was so mad about it.
There's a lot of confession content on Hulu. Confessions of the Torso Killer, Confessions of Ozempic, Confessions of Octomom. There's a lot of
Drama Queen.
There's a lot of confessions before you get to Shopaholic. The one I'm interested in is Confessions of a Cam Girl. So let's hurry up and finish the podcast.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna click on that.
Let's do some homework, watch that, and then discuss that.
I can't watch it on live TV. Oh, damn it!
Darn it! No, but that movie, like I watched it
Confessions.
I was just so excited for it, and then they ruined it, and I'm just like, you ruined like my favorite like fictional character. Like Becky is like hilarious. Like
Yeah.
She
Like,
For
I
is
people
thought
at
she was
home that,
supposed to be
that don't
quirky
remember,
and
not.
yeah.
She's just
like, I thought she
young.
was supposed to be quirky, witty, smart, but they just made her into a complete klutz in the
Imbecile.
movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like an imbecile, and like she was just like dropping things, like grabbing the phone,
Yeah.
going across the table, fumbling her interview, and she still got hired. Like, really? Come on. now.
Yeah, for people who have no idea what we're talking about, because this movie came out 100 years ago, it
Yeah.
stars Eliza Fisher and Hugh Dancy. Dancy is the, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Is the love
He's
interest?
with
It's kind
Brandon. No.
Which also came out of nowhere. There was no build up to it. It just like happened.
No, and
I know.
you feel it in the
Also
book.
stars
Oh,
Kristen
I'm
Ritter.
so mad. I'm so mad because I love this book. I read the Shopaholic Christmas book every Christmas now. It's like my thing. I have to read it
Mhm.
for Christmas because it's like, I don't know, it's so perfect. And I'm so sad that this movie got made because it ruined everything, and
Mhm.
people maybe never want to read the books, or when they do, they're like, wait, this is nothing like the movie. I'm like, yeah, because the books are far more superior. And I love, what's the actress name?
Eliza Fisher.
Isla Fisher. Yeah, I love her, but I can't forgive her for doing
Mhm.
this movie.
Yeah, I wish I could unsee it, because like
Yeah,
even Leslie
yeah.
Bibb's role in it, it was like, why? Like, honestly, if
Also, I
this
feel like
movie
this.
was made now, like she would have been like the serious actress, like the serious character that, yeah, she deserves that job. Yeah,
Are you
she's
guys saying that
actually
you
like
guys couldn't
a
save this for
fashionista.
ladies' night? This could have been your ladies' night, blah blah blah.
This
Blah, blah.
should have been, but
It
like
should have
I
been
just
ladies.
watched it, and it's
No,
still in
thank
my
you.
veins.
Thank you.
I need to let it out.
No, thank you for bringing this up though, because I've been carrying this with me forever, and I was
Mhm.
waiting for someone to mention this movie so I could like just rant about it. But
You've been
there's
holding this in since 2009.
yes,
Mhm.
Jesus H Christ.
there's so much like
Watch more
Sheesh,
movies, guys.
14 years ago? 16 years ago. Oh
I
my
hate this movie
gosh.
more than I hate
This
other
is
things.
before she got married to, what's her name?
Sasha.
Sacha
Yeah,
Baron
Sacha
Cohen?
Baron Cohen, yeah.
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 I was
She was
rooting for them. I was rooting for this movie.
She's a cutie back then. She's like 5 feet tall and stuff like that, but she was a cutie back then.
Yeah, she's still cute. She was in Wedding Crashers. She was hilarious
Yeah.
on that.
She had a moment and stuff, but
She's cute.
Yeah.
Just they ruined this movie, and don't even get me started on Ella Enchanted because
Wait, that was her. No, was she on it?
No, but Ella Enchanted is another book to movie adaptation that got ruined.
Oh
Really?
yeah, that was.
I liked it for what it was.
She's also in there.
Yeah.
Sorry?
That's the one with Anne Hathaway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Don't get
liked
me
it.
started.
I liked the movie.
I hate that movie so much because the book is so much better.
If you watch it in its time, it was fine. But if you watch
No.
movies from 10, 15 years, apparently it's 16 years ago now. from
Let me tell
from
you,
that
those
time.
movies were not good at that time.
No?
No,
I enjoyed
sorry.
Ella Enchanted.
Ella Enchanted, I love that book so much.
Oh,
and
'cause you read the book.
ruined it.
Yeah.
The book. Like it was so good. Like they could have done so much, but they went with the silly, like redonkulous concept, which was the at time of the movie era. Like that was what they did. Like Confessions of a Shopaholic, they did the same thing. But I was so excited because that book was so cool, and at the time it was a prince of like the main character, the love character guy. He was a person of color in the book, from what I remember. And then they completely, obviously, didn't do that. And I don't know. There's just so many things where I'm like, "Arr!" So Ella Enchanted is another movie that broke my heart. So there you go.
Yeah, and Memoirs of a Geisha. They could have done so much better.
Oh my god, let me get started on that.
So
oh my
much
god, there's so many I
better.
could get. So
we should relitigate
Yeah.
the early 2000s versus podcast. Is that what we're doing?
yeah.
I think that's where we're going. Yeah.
Good Lord. Come on, guys.
All the movies that we've watched.
If I can get over Jurassic Park back in the day, you guys can get over this. It's fine. Let's move
Oh
on.
my god.
What's to get over Jurassic Park?
I read Jurassic Park. Oh, now I'm doing it. Well, now I'm rambling. I read Jurassic Park like the week before Jurassic Park movie came out because I saw the theater, Spielberg, all that stuff. And then I read it.
How many years Jurassic Park has been out? Did I not know that there was a book?
Wait, you did? Oh my
Come
god. Get out.
When I was a kid, Michael Crichton was like a big deal and stuff. Like he wrote a
Yeah.
lot of books that got adapted
No
movies.
way.
So I
Yeah.
read the book right before the movie came out, and I was my initial gut reaction to the movie was like I was disappointed because it didn't have any pterodactyls, it didn't have they took out a lot of dinosaur scenes and stuff like that. You know, I saw it. I've seen it since then. I think it's a masterpiece now. But still, that was the first time I got disappointed to book 2 movie adaptation. But you know what? You just get over it. Move on. Let's go. More movies. I don't know. Watch more movies. Read less books. That's my whole thing. You won't be disappointed in the adaptation if you don't read books, guys.
You're right about that. You're right about that. I'm not gonna discount that ideology.
Okay. I'll toss in a few quick 1 minute thing here. Recently, you know how they play music out in the malls or whatever, blah blah blah.
What's a mall?
Restaurants, that kind of stuff. Promenades, that kind of stuff. Anyways, they're playing Titanic, the song, the "My Heart Will Go On" kind of thing, with a dance beat. With a dance beat.
You didn't know that was a thing?
Well, I mean, all songs end up getting a dance version for it, but I've never heard the Titanic one for some odd reason. I never did. But
yeah.
Who needs a dance beat to "My Heart Will Go On"?
Because that was a pretty big song that got played everywhere, so they had to convert it for the dance club.
Still, it's still like oh, Jack is dying and like, no. I mean,
I don't think that, but yeah, if you haven't heard "My Heart Will Go On" at a club, then you're not living.
Okay, yeah.
I know you haven't heard the dance version of that.
I'm sure there's a lot of other songs that are inappropriate for having a dance version. There's tons. I'm sure.
Oh, many. Oh my God, Albert.
Yeah, I know. And some of them just don't need to have a dance beat. I mean, seriously.
No, I agree. But when the song hits such a big cultural impact, DJs are gonna remix it.
Yeah, and I think part of it too is I get a little annoyed when people go, "Oh, the song is better like this." Like, no, it's not.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I haven't heard it in a long time. I can't come.
All right.
Can't say anything.
All right. Thanks for listening. You can find this podcast on Instagram, Blue Sky Threads, and YouTube at Stuff Junk Show. You can find me, Albert, on Instagram and Letterboxd at Albert5x5.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at RuthyGrace13 and Ruthy's Cats.
You can find me on social media, JIAMINGLOU.
You can find me on social media at Anna Voltage or on my other show, Most Extreme Ranking Challenge.
Music has been provided by Gloomy June. Updates, contact info, ways to support us, and everything else is on the show notes found at whatwhereswhy.com. Before we go, let's give our 19 listeners some recommendations for this week. Jiaming.
What is the podcast called? News. That if you're interested in Hollywood stories, like how movies are made, music, blah blah blah, it's a pretty good podcast. News. The host is Matt Bellamy. He used to be the editor in chief for Hollywood Reporter, and since then he kind of gone off and does do his own thing, and that's what Puck News is. The latest one was actually about the Nielsen readings. He interviews a guy from Nielsen, and if you're interested in how Nielsen ratings are measured and tabulated in 2025, that's the latest episode. One of my favorite ones from the recent month is they did a breakdown about how you budget a movie, how you come up with the money for a movie, the money for a movie and stuff like that. So they used Kevin Costner's. What's Kevin Costner's movie?
Waterworld.
No, the one he self-financed himself.
The Horizon.
Horizon.
Yeah,
that was
Horizon. Yeah, so they broke down like how he financed that movie and stuff like that. So it's a pretty insightful pretty insightful podcast if you're interested in Hollywood. So yeah.
Wait, what's it called again?
Puck News. Puck. P-U-C-K.
Oh, it is what I thought I heard that. Like hockey?
Yeah, I have no idea. I actually, it's because I didn't listen since the beginning. I don't know what's that in reference to. But it's Puck News is the podcast is also part of the Substack, the newsletter that he has and stuff like that. So it's part of a brand for him. So I don't know what's in reference to, but yeah.
Okay. Puck News podcast. Mm-hmm. All right, Ruthy.
What can I recommend? I just did a lot of deep cleaning today, and I bought this mop that spins a while back on Amazon. I know we're trying to be anti-Amazon right now, but I don't know where else to buy it. I'm pretty sure if you look it up, if you just search anywhere else but Amazon, like you're gonna find a mop with spinning rags underneath it that's washable, and you can just pull it off and reattach it. It's super easy to polish floors and stuff. Like I usually like to vacuum, and then I like to Swiffer, and then I like to mop with almond oil just to polish the floors. It's great on it's pretty gentle. It doesn't make a lot of noise. It's light, which is what I like, because I used to wipe mop my floor Cinderella style. People like to say on my hands and knees and like literally just with paper towels like wipe down the floors with the floor cleaner. But yeah, as I'm aging and nearing 40, it's not so great on the back. So this little mop is actually with spinners is actually great because I don't want the traditional mop that you have to push back and forth. So the spinners are really good. I'll send a link to the group chat.
What's it called?
I have no idea. It's just a mop that's with spinners.
Mop with spinners.
A spinning mop.
A spinning mop.
Okay. Mop with spinners. And Anna.
I recommend changing your clocks if you haven't already.
Come on.
Because-
That's not a
No,
recommendation.
really. I
Pe-
can't. I did it
people-
on my oven.
People will listen to this like 5 days later. It's not a recommendation.
No, because there are people out there that have not changed the clocks on
Oh my
their
gosh.
stove or their microwave. Let me tell you, because I am one of those people. But I did it. But anyways, I'm all caught up on Abbott Elementary, and I'm still enjoying it as much as I did when I first started watching like the first season. So if you haven't watched it or you haven't caught up, I really recommend catch up.
It's delightful. It's just a
it's
delightful show.
Oh, so good. Like I just
Yeah.
something nice and light that I need in these dark times. Perfect. Like I'm still cracking up. I'm still like enjoying every single minute of that show. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. If you have, keep up with it.
It does feel like they don't know what to do with Greg, though. This is a side conversation between me and Anna, but it doesn't seem like they know what to do with Greg now. That's my impression.
Yeah.
Like,
I
he-
kind of forgot.
Like he doesn't have a real arc. I mean,
No.
the last episode with him was pretty good, but everything else, the rest of the season, he doesn't like. I don't know what they're doing with him. So
he's. I hope they figure it out. But yeah. I mean, I like him, but yeah, it's really not much that's going on with him right now.
but I like the show a lot. It's
Yeah.
just it's very enjoyable.
Okay. My recommendation, I'm gonna do it on purpose. It's inspired by this episode. One of you already suggested it, but I'm gonna just steal it right now. Don't read books. don't read books, especially if it's going to affect your opinion about a movie because the book is better. Yeah.
Oh my god, what kind of people are we?
No,
What
no,
kind
we
of- I
no
don't
no
wanna be
no no no
associated with you.
no.
No,
I was right on
no.
this one.
What?
We-
With don't read books?
For 10 years now, this has been an anti-reading podcast, and we're proud of it.
Books are getting banned. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not gonna have books in like 5 years.
Okay, I take it back. Read books. How about
Yay,
how about this then?
please.
Don't be the
Or
person.
at
that-
least get an audiobook.
Yeah.
Yeah, fight the revolution. Read a book.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kidding on that
No,
part.
no.
Read
Join the
books.
revolution.
Read books when you can read books. Blah blah blah. But don't be that person that says the book is better.
I am always gonna be that person. You know what one wasn't? Catching Fire was the perfect book to film out
We're
of.
really doing Hunger Games. Seriously.
Always. Well, I mean, if the time calls for it, yes.
Mm. But
Okay.
but I just feel like just separate the two properties together.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
absolutely
just
right.
separate
That's
the two,
why
yeah.
I am who I am. But I mean, I think when I was younger, that's why I can't separate Confessions and Ella Enchanted. But now I try really hard.
See, when you say when you were younger, you're talking to like me and Jiaming, who when we were younger, no movies based on books are exactly like the book. It's in fact, it's almost always the opposite, right, Jiaming?
I just separate the two.
Yeah.
Ever since I did the Jurassic Park thing, I just
You
it's
do
just,
that.
it's two different mediums.
Yeah.
You know, they're
I
never
agree.
going to be a faithful.
Yeah,
No.
I feel like that's the way to go. So my actual recommendation is separate the two the properties. You know,
But I will say this though, in this day and age, in 2025, in the age of streamers, premium streamers, and stuff like that, there should be a higher standard for books to adaptations when you do I think Anna mentioned, what was it, 100 Years of Solitude?
Oh,
When you get 16 episodes, maybe 40 minutes, 15 minutes each, there should be a more faithful adaptation. You know what I mean? When you just because you get more time, you know what I mean. So I think there should be, but for the most part, still, as a principle, though, it's like, hey, it's two separate things, two separate mediums.
I mean, Jiaming isn't wrong. With a TV show doesn't really have that many excuses to go too far from the books. I mean, like anime's been doing it for decades now, where they adapt a book almost exactly like the book, almost, but not
they're
exactly.
not editing anything out. from what I can tell. Did I anything else?
But
else.
that's episodic context, so it's perfect. But a movie, I feel like a movie, you do have to give it excuses on why it can't completely adapt it, because it's confined to that format of like an hour, 2 hours, that kind of thing. So I usually give movies a lot of leeway when it's an adaptation, because it's like, what else can you do really, unless you make it a TV show? So yeah, just separate the mediums. Don't judge or compare, just judge. Oh wait, yeah, sure, whatever.
Go back to don't read. It's fine. So, that's funny point.
All right, this was episode 853 of the Stuff and Junk Show. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this podcast has been a Who, What, Where's, Why production.
We did it!
Yay!
We did it again.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay. So next week we're doing Ladies' Night. I mean, when is that going to happen?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'll be prepared. I'll be prepared.
See, the thing with Ladies' Night is like having girl talk is you have to be in the right mindset and like in the mood to talk about, and like there has to be something that we really want to gossip about or like really talk about.
Well, I mean, there's one topic that I've still been waiting for, the Anna's
Which
dream,
is?
the Anna's dream topic.
Right, I could open with that. Okay, we're gonna try Ladies' Night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I will be more energized for it.
I'm not
Me
holding my
too.
breath.
I'm telling you, we should each get a bottle of wine, respectively. Start drinking an hour before.
Yeah, we're loosen up.
Yeah, then we'll be ready to go. Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath. I'll be prepared for next week.
Okay, well, thank you.
Peace out.
Appreciate the
Bye.
Prove me wrong. Later, guys. Have a good week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
How the hell did I click off this damn thing?
Hey, you're the last one to leave.
Oh, damn it. Later.
You're usually the first.